Hi, hello, welcome everyone to another episode of our Spanish classes with Wagner and We Speak Spanish. How are you doing today, Wagner?
Hey, Andres, how are you?
Doing great. Yeah, doing great.
So, I
Yeah,
so happy one more time here in our classes. So this week, one Thursday. But it's okay. So always is a good time. Always is good to study Spanish, especially. Wow, we are in December. Do you like December?
love December. Yeah, happy holidays to everyone watching.
Holidays, the season is different, that people have a different mode sometimes. Yeah, so it's good. I like December. I like December, especially because we are near next year with new resolutions, new projects, new ideas. So I like the month.
Yeah, we're very excited for what's coming up for next year. If you don't know, the Expat committee has partnered with We Speak Spanish for these Spanish classes. Today we're streaming the class on Thursday, but it's usually on Wednesday at 3:30 p.m. Costa Rica time. The expat community will also have translated news into Spanish. So if you got to live to Mexico, for example, and if you want to have if you want to know what's going on in Mexico, want to have local news translated into English, you can go to theexpatcommunity.com, subscribe to our local news. We send them every Friday to your email inbox for you to know what's going on in your country. We also have a book coming up on early 2024. It's basically a guide of how to live in Costa Rica, how to get your permit, your license plate, for example, how to um, get your residency in Costa Rica, for example. So we're working on that as well. So yeah, we're excited for 2024. It's gonna be an interesting year. So Warner, what do we have for today? I see that usos del verbo necesitar. What does that mean?
Well, this is one of the verbs that we are studying in our last session. So basically, um, let's see, we saw the verbo tener, we saw the verbo poder, and today we will study the verb number three from the six main verbs. Remember, the idea is to study these verbs to see the different uses, and today we will study about the verbo necesitar, so the verb to need. Okay, are we ready to start? Pablo, saludos. Where is Pablo?
Paulo, where are you? Tell us. Happy to have you here. Um, so yeah, I think we're ready to start. Very, very excited for today.
Yeah.
Hope to see you all commenting here. And if you have any questions, here's Warner for you.
Well, I can see here some comments in the YouTube and see, hello, this is my first attendance. So who are you? Where are you? So we
It
want
says
to,
YouTube user, but it doesn't say the name.
yeah.
Person. Yeah.
So, but if you want to share with us your name, if you want to share with us where is your location, so we want to tell you thank you. So this is, I think today is our session number 9 or 10. Now I lose the account about how many sessions. So
11th.
11. No, wow. Okay, this is our 11th class. So welcome, uh, Mr. Pablo. You are in San Juanillo Beach. In the north of the country. So I hope that you are spending a good time there. Okay. Okay, let me start. Let me share my screen, Andres, and thank you if you are going to help me today. Okay.
Sure. Pleasure.
Let me share this here.
So we have Roddale, the YouTube user. He says he's Roddale, and he's an American currently living in Panama City. So happy to Wagner and myself will live in Costa Rica. So happy to have someone living in Panama here in today's class. Thank you for coming, Rod.
See Dale. See, thank you, Dale. Okay, so let me share. Let me share here my.
Okay.
Please let me know if you can see now my screen. Okay, perfect. Well, remember that we are studying the six main verbs. These six main verbs are the verbs that we will use in the system that I am teaching you to use with the idea to make sentences in Spanish. So let me do a small review about which ones are these six main verbs. So the verb number one that we studied, it's the verbo tener que, the verbo to have or must. Let me go to the conjugations only with the idea to do a small review. Verbo tener que, to have to or must. The conjugation is yo tengo que, tú tienes que, él tiene que, nosotros tenemos que, y ellos tienen que. In the system, in the five finger system, basically we use this verb when we have sentences that they have the intention like something like an obligation. Remember, like for example, today I am using the five fingers with this sentence. Today I have to go to the bank. Hoy yo tengo que ir al banco. It's something that I need, something that I must do. It's something that I have to do. Remember, this is one obligation. One more example. Today I have to study Spanish. Oh, okay. I don't want that this be an obligation, but maybe something that sometimes, especially kids, oh no, Dad, I don't want to study Spanish. I'm sorry. Today you have to study Spanish. Hoy yo tengo que estudiar español. Okay? The verb number two that we studied was the verbo poder. Let me go to the conjugations of the verbo poder. Yo puedo, tú puedes, él puede, nosotros podemos y ellos pueden. And with the verbo poder also, it's possible for us to make sentences using the five finger system. Por ejemplo, today I can to call my brother. Hoy yo puedo llamar a mi hermano. Today I can go to the store. Hoy yo puedo ir a la tienda. So this is the use of the verbo poder. Okay? But Andres, today we will see the verbo necesitar. This is the verb number three.
Okay.
¿Qué significa el verbo necesitar? What's the meaning of the verbo necesitar? En inglés, the meaning is to need.
To need.
Okay,
Right.
Andres, give me the conjugations.
Yo tengo que.
With the verbo necesitar.
Oh, perdón. Yo necesito
Tú.
sacar a pasear a mi perro.
Oh, okay, but give me the conjugations. Entonces, yo necesito, tú,
necesito, necesitas.
él, ella y usted.
Right. Necesitan, that's in plural.
Ajá, in this case, él, ella y usted is necesita. We, nosotros, necesitamos.
Vamos.
Ajá, y ellos necesitan. Entonces, yo necesito, so in that case, that is I need. Tú necesitas, you need. Él necesita, he needs, she needs. Nosotros necesitamos, we need. And ellos necesitan, they need. Okay, so this is the verbo necesitar.
So we have a question, and probably you'll cover that later on.
It says, what is the word que used? Exactly. I will explain about that at the end of the class. Okay. Perfect. Very good. Thank you. Probably this is Rod. Yeah. Thank you, Rod. Yeah, of course. I will explain you what is that. Okay. But now with the idea to return to the use of the verbo necesitar. So this is the conjugation in the present. In this moment, we are working We are studying the verbs, the system with the verbs in the present. So, one more time the conjugation. Yo necesito, tú necesitas, él necesita, nosotros necesitamos y ellos necesitan. If we go to the system, okay, especially Rod, that this is your first class, I like to use one system that I call it the 5-finger system. With the 5-finger system, you will be able to create sentences en español. This is one guide. So I love to give you this guide on how you can build that sentences, okay? Okay, and why the fingers? Because you can use your fingers to create the sentence. Let me explain you what is the information that we will put in every finger. So, for example, in the finger number 1, we will say when the action is happening. Okay, so let me put in one of the examples here, finger number 1, let me put today. Today means hoy. Okay. Today means hoy. Thank you, Rob. In the finger number 2, we will use the person. So in that finger, we will put who's doing the action. Okay. In this moment, we will study that, or we will create a sentence with the person yo. Finger 1 time, finger 2, the person. Okay. In the finger number 3, that is where we will put the verbo necesitar, because this verb will give us one specific intention in our sentence. Okay. Hoy yo necesito. Hoy yo necesito. Today I need. Okay. In the finger number 4, Andres, do you remember how many verbs do we have in Spanish?
Wow, that was like 10,000?
15,000, more or less, 15,000 verbs.
Wow.
So that means like in the finger number 4, we can place these 15,000 verbs. Okay? So, and that is exactly the situation, or that is exactly how the system works, because what do you need? I need to plus one action. In this moment, I want to use estudiar. Estudiar. ¿Qué significa estudiar? To study. So, and in the finger number 5, we will put the information of the sentence. So, because you are here in our Spanish class, what I want to say is something that I use to hear from my students. Hoy yo necesito estudiar español. So that is something that my student needs. Today I need to study Spanish. Okay? Hoy yo necesito estudiar español. Okay? So, with the same verb, so we can go through the different persons. So in that case, we can create a sentence with you, we can create a sentence with he, we can create a sentence with we can create a sentence with they, but the only thing that we should do, let me show that. And that is how the system works. Because, for example, I want to use exactly the same time. I want to use exactly the same verb number 4 and the same information, but see how using the same elements, we will be able to create different other sentences with the other person. So, for example, Andres, if we use the person to, what is the conjugation of the verbo necesitar according to?
Necesitas.
Exactly. What about if you use the person he? Or in this case in Spanish, él.
Necesita.
Hoy, él necesita. Exactly. What about if we use the person we? Hoy nosotros necesitamos. Today we need to study Spanish. See this, only doing small changes in the structure, you will be able to create different sentences that you can apply to the different situations. And finally, in the sentence number 5, I want to use ellos. Ellos means they. Hoy ellos, and what will be the conjugation?
Ellos necesitan.
Ellos necesitan estudiar español. Okay? So, but remember what I told you, when you use the system, in this moment you have 5 sentences that you can use in 5 different situations. But normally we can create more sentences doing only small changes. Dale, Rod, in this case, I want to show you how in less than 30 seconds, if we had 5 sentences and we add one small particle to the sentence, we will be able to have not only 5 sentences, we will be able to have at least 10 sentences. And that is when we use the negative in one sentence. With my beginners students, I love that they start to use the negative sentences since the beginner. Why? Because sometimes I can see that the students, they learn the use of the sentences only when the situation is positive. But when they need to try to say something negative, they got blocked immediately because now we don't know where is the position of the negative. I want to tell you that the negative in this case always it will be before the verb number 1. So in that case, in the sentence number 1, you can say, hoy yo necesito estudiar español. Today I need to study Spanish. But if you want to say something negative, you need to say, hoy yo no necesito estudiar español. Today I don't need to study Spanish. If we go through all the other sentences, it's exactly the same. Could you read number 2, Andrés?
Sure. Hoy tú no necesitas estudiar español.
Número 3, number 3.
Hoy él no necesita estudiar español.
Y number 5.
Hoy nosotros no necesitamos estudiar español y hoy ellos no necesitan estudiar español.
Exactly. Okay. So this is how you will be able, see this, to have at least 10 sentences using the system, using the conjugation of all these verbs. Okay, but I want that you also see this. For example, of course, in this case, I use the verbo estudiar, but what I want that you see is also if you follow the system and if we change the the verb in the finger number 4, of course, we will be able to have other sentences. So even with the verbo necesitar. I want to go now to my website. Let me go to my website. Remember, in my website, we have the section for student resources. And here in student resources, we have our section for verbs. So now I want to go to the verbs because we will use them in our structure. Let me see. Let me go to the verb number 1. Andres. Okay, Andres, I want to hear your pronunciation and tell me what's the meaning of this.
Pronunciation would be ahorrar.
Ahorrar. What's the
Ahorrar.
meaning of the verb ahorrar? What is the guy doing?
He's saving money.
He's saving money. This is how I like that my students, they study the verbs. Why? Because they can go to the flashcards. You will not find the verb in English, but you will connect what the person is doing with the action of the verb. So, el verbo ahorrar. Let me go to the other to the system. And now I want that you try to give me, now we have the verbo necesito and the verbo ahorrar. Por ejemplo, maybe you can say, remember that we can modify the different information. But for example, I can say, en este momento, yo necesito ahorrar dinero. En este momento, yo necesito ahorrar dinero. I want to say thank you to Rob, because he is very active now in the chat. Rob, I will answer your questions, and also we will put the link of the website in the chat that you can get my link. Okay.
The link is actually right here below. It's here on the stream, www.wespeakspanish.cr.com. But I'll send it in the chat for you as well, Rod.
Thank you. Okay, entonces I want that you see this. Okay, pay attention to this. En este momento, yo necesito ahorrar dinero. In this moment, I need to save money. Okay? In this moment, I need to save money. If you see, we have one sentence following the system. Okay? One sentence following the 5-finger system. Let me go one more time to the verbs. And I want to go to the verb number 2. The verb number 2 is alquilar. ¿Qué significa el verbo alquilar, Andrés?
Alquilar means to rent.
To rent. Okay? Alquilar means to rent. Okay. Let me go again to the system. And I want to erase this. And remember, now we are using the verbo alquilar. Okay? Let me give you the second sentence. For example, ahora yo necesito alquilar un nuevo apartamento. Okay. Andrés, could you read the sentence number 1?
It says, en este momento, yo necesito ahorrar dinero.
En este momento, yo necesito ahorrar dinero. In this moment, I need to save money. Very good. If you see, this is one sentence following the 5-finger system. Andrés, please read the sentence number 2.
Ahora yo necesito alquilar un nuevo apartamento.
Ahora yo necesito alquilar un nuevo apartamento. Now I need to rent a new apartment. If you see, we have 2 sentences following the system. But here I want to give you something that is magic for me. If you learn to create sentences following the 5-finger system, after that, you will be able to create small conversations. How, Wagner? How it's possible to create conversations only with 2 sentences? I will tell you how in this moment. In the finger number 1, so in the finger number 1, we use normally the expression of time when the action is happening. However, it's exactly in the same finger, where we use connectors. So now we will start to talk, since today we will start to talk in our sessions about connectors. Why? Because what I want is that you try to create small conversations. See this, I will use one connector, and this connector is ¿por qué? ¿Por qué? Thus, I will put that connector in the finger number 1. Thus, if you read now both sentences together, you will have one small idea in español. Could you read both sentences together, Andrés?
Okay, so it says, en este momento yo necesito ahorrar dinero porque, that would be the connector, porque ahora yo necesito alquilar un apartamento. So again, that's en este momento yo necesito ahorrar dinero porque ahora yo necesito alquilar un apartamento.
Exactly. In this moment, I need to save money because now I need to rent a new apartment. So you have not only two single sentences, if not, now you have one small idea. And this is how my students, they normally start to create small conversations. Remember, you will start a conversation with a couple of sentences, but when you see how the system works, you will create the sentence number 3 and you will connect the sentence number 3. And when you see you are speaking, when you see you are creating a small conversations, and this is only in the present. When you go to the past, you can do exactly the same, create sentences in the past. And when you are speaking is when you try to use sentences in the present and sentences in the past using the system. Let me go to one more sentence with the idea that you can see how, oh, yeah, only with 3 sentences, now I am creating a small conversation. See this. Amar is to love, apagar is to turn off, arreglar to fix. Okay. Arreglar to fix. Let me go to the system again. And I want to create one more sentence with the verb arreglar. Of course, these sentences are random, but what I want that you see is how the system works. Arreglar. And one more time, I will talk about me. Necesito. Okay? Ahora yo necesito arreglar mi carro. Remember this. Let me go again. Oh, let me choose one more verb with the idea to create a complete. Okay, no, bailar. No, I don't want to use bailar. I want to use cambiar. Cambiar. Cambiar significa to change or exchange. Okay. Let me go to the verbs that we are using. Verb number 1 is Andres. Verb number 1 is
arreglar.
No, this one. Number 1,
ahorrar, to save.
Number 2,
alquilar, to rent.
Number 4 is here.
Arreglar, to fix.
Y number 4,
cambiar.
Cambia.
To exchange or change.
To exchange or change. Okay. One more time. I am using these verbs in the system in this moment only with the person yo. Okay. I am talking about me. So let me go to the system. One more time. Let me start. En este momento yo necesito ahorrar dinero. Ahora yo necesito alquilar un apartamento nuevo. En la tarde, in the afternoon, yo necesito arreglar mi carro. Ajá. Y en la noche, at night, yo necesito cambiar dólares por colones. Okay? Entonces, one more time. Let me go to read sentence 1. En este momento yo necesito ahorrar dinero. Sentence 2. Ahora yo necesito alquilar un nuevo apartamento. Número 3. En la tarde yo necesito arreglar mi carro. In the afternoon, I need to fix my car. And finally, sentence number 4. En la noche, yo necesito cambiar dólares por colones. At night, I need to change or exchange dollars for colones. Okay, so with these 4 sentences, what I want now to do now is to apply the use of the connectors, how we did with using the first 2 sentences. And after that, we will have one small conversation about something that you need to do today. Just one more time. Let me increase the size. En este momento, yo necesito ahorrar dinero porque ahora yo necesito alquilar un apartamento nuevo. Pero primero, now I am changing the expression of time, but I am using one more phrase that allow me to connect these three sentences. Pero primero, yo necesito arreglar mi carro y posiblemente, and probably, y posiblemente, en la noche yo necesito cambiar dólares por colones. So, this is one of my busy days. I need to do many things sometimes in one day. But see one more time how the system works. In this moment, I need to save money because now I need to rent a new apartment. But first, I need to fix my car, and probably at night I need to change dólares por colones. So this is one example about how the system works only using the verbo necesitar. But remember that we are able to use in the system 6 main verbs, and that is depends the intention of your action, because it could be have to, must, can, need, want, should, or like. So if you put in practice the verbo necesitar, you will be able to create these kind of sentences. Okay, let me go to one more verb. Okay, Andres, give me one sentence with the verbo caminar. So please follow the system. Finger one.
Finger one would be when. So hoy yo tengo
que
caminar a mi perro.
Caminar a mi perro.
Con mi perro.
O con mi perro. Hoy yo tengo que caminar con mi perro. Very good. This is one of the sentences following the system. But maybe it's not that you have to walk your dog, if not that you need to walk your dog. Tell me that sentence.
So if I need to walk, not my dog.
Yeah, the sentence that you gave me, it was this. For example, hoy. This is also how works the system. Hoy yo tengo que caminar con mi perro. ¿Sí? So the sentence is okay. Today I have to walk my dog. But see how works the system, that maybe today you don't have to walk your dog, if not maybe you need to walk your dog. So that's, in that case, it's information in the finger one, finger two, finger four, and finger five, exactly the same information. See this. Let me do this because we studied three verbs: to have to, can, or to be able to, and today the verbo necesitar. See this, all of you. Finger one, exactly the same info. Finger two, the same person. Finger four, the same verb, caminar. And in the finger five, the information. Hoy, yo caminar con mi perro. But if you use the 6 main verbs, in this moment you are able to create 3 sentences using exactly the same information. But see this. Hoy yo tengo que caminar con mi perro. The meaning of this is Today I have to walk my dog. Sentence number 2. Hoy yo puedo caminar con mi perro. Today I am able to walk my dog. And sentence number 3. Hoy yo necesito caminar con mi perro. Today I need to walk my dog. So, 3 sentences using almost the same information, but all the sentences has a different meaning, a different context, because we have a different verb in the finger number 3. So basically today we saw 2 different uses, 2 different ways that how you can use the system using all the conjugations of the verb, of the main verb, or using the same information with different main verbs. And also remember that immediately here we have a negative sentences. Hoy yo no tengo que caminar con mi perro. Hoy yo no puedo caminar con mi perro. Y hoy yo no necesito caminar con mi perro. Plus the use of the connectors, where you can start using that, you can start creating more sentences, more conversation. So I don't know Rod, if you are there, what do you think about the system, Rod? I so remember that you were very connected with the session. What do you think? Oh, this mess.
Happy to hear that.
Please, could you read that? Andres, what Rod said?
So Rod says, I have learned more today than I expected.
Exactly. So this is exactly the idea of the system. The idea of the system is to make the Spanish learning easy. So this is easy, okay? So we finished the class now with this. So basically, remember in our last 3 sessions, we are going a little bit more deep with the use of every verb. So 2 weeks ago, we saw the verbo tener que. Last week, we saw the verbo poder. And today, we talk about the verbo necesitar. Still, we have 3 more verbs that we will go deep with the idea to use in the system. After that, I am totally sure that you will be able to create more sentences. Remember, we have material in my website. You can go to the website, use all that material with the idea to learn how to make sentences en español. If this is your first time, we want that you continue watching our videos. Or we used to have these sessions on Wednesday at 3:30 Costa Rica time. So today is one exception. And please also share this information with your friends. So this is one activity like expat community we are doing with the idea that you can learn Spanish and you can speak wherever you are. Mm-hmm.
Nice. So happy to have you here today, Warner and Rod. And thank you for commenting. Rod says that his grandson is coming to Panama. Can I invite him next week? Of course. Yeah.
Por
please
supuesto.
If you or your grandson want to be in our next class and participate as a student, you can definitely be with us here. Just send us a message, and we'll be happy to have you here. I'll actually try to look for your username and ping you there. But yeah, a pleasure to have you here. And so that's it for today. We'll see you in next class. And as you know, we have the expat community who has partnered with We Speak Spanish. If you want to visit Warner's resources and We Speak Spanish resources, you can go to the link, which is in the comments. And yeah, I wish you all a wonderful rest of your day. Again, happy holidays, and I will see you in next class.
A comer tamal.
Comer tamal.
Comer tamales. Thank you. Pura vida.
Hasta luego.
Nos
Adiós.
vemos. Chao, adiós.